found out about the program when Liam turned 3 through our local Down syndrome group is how I found out about it. And it sounded like something we wanted to be involved with. It really sounded like a win-win situation. It takes a while for him to find the routine, but once he does, once he realized that we were coming to the gym every Monday, and it's kind of become something that he and Grandpa do together, and so he and Grandpa would go to the gym, and every Monday would come around, and he would know that it was Monday, and he would say, "Grandpa, backpack, gym," and he was ready to go, and he loves being a part of it, and even when the session is over, he still talks about the gym and Grandpa. That absolutely was completely a beautiful moment. If we give him those basics, who knows? The times that we've been coming, and in some ways it was sad because I realized I have a child who has special needs, but I have a child who has special needs, and there's a wonderful world out there for him. They started with stretching for the kids, and then they moved on to different things like walking on a balance beam or running from one end of the gym to touch a picture and galloping.
In young athletes, we're focusing on the athlete and not the sport. So when they need, if we see that they need to learn kicking in a different way, we try to mix it up. Or if they're hand-eye coordination, we think we could boost that a little bit, then we try to find activities to meet their needs instead of, the athlete trying to meet the criteria for the sport.
They have the chance to do something at their level and not have to be put on a level up here. It can be on their level and they'll get to the level up here and succeed. For us as a parent, it's great to see him do something athletic, get out and run. As a family, this is what we do on Monday evenings.
All of the basic skills that you need for sports, we do in young athletes. Balance is so important. I don't know that you could think of a sport where you don't need to balance. Using your arms and legs, maybe using your limbs independently, kicking with one foot, catching with one hand, or using your muscles together to do sports. Running, hand-eye coordination, all those things.
Obviously he's all boy, so he loves to do the activities that they're doing because it is a focus on gross motor activities with also some fine motor. So I see a lot of building on those skills, and he's learning the different activities. Like, it's good to stretch before we participate, and it's good to learn how to do the basics of the skill before you're actually playing soccer. So working with kicking the ball with accuracy and learning to hit the ball off the tee, and he can do all that stuff. He is really good, and he loves to do it. And so you just see the growth in him.
Gross motor activities are crucial to learning. That you need to be able to use your whole body and know your body and know what you can do. Some of the kids we see don't even realize that they have the ability to move that ball that's on the floor. Some do. Some can come in just kicking like crazy, and some don't even realize they can make the ball move. It's important to know those things, to get that sense of agency that you can make things happen. And that's what we want our young athletes to know, that they can make these things happen.
This is the only place they can come and be comfortable in a public setting. They're them, eyes are on them, having fun. We can, it's just, they can just let go.
I love that camaraderie-ship, that it's about doing the activity, it's not about winning the activity. And sure, there's lessons to be learned in winning and losing, but I can't tell you how wonderful it feels just to be involved and have an entire community support that. It's a wonderful feeling that the small goals that we make are celebrated. And so kicking a ball is celebrated as well as scoring, you know. And I just know that as he ages up through Special Olympics, it's giving me goosebumps just to think about it. But as we age up through Special Olympics, knowing that we'll be able to embrace that entire community that just wants our children to succeed and do well and become stronger individuals. And the Young Athletes program has given us those steps to eventually grow into that program, I think, for when he turns of age.
They introduced him to the water, which was the first time that the water had been introduced. And he got right in, took off, played, had a blast. Mary was swimming with him, and he finally told Mary, let go. And he let go, and he went. He started swimming by himself. This is where I'm gonna cry. It was great. It was great. He had no fear of his water.
Well, when my son was little, we were always looking for ways to keep him active and involved. And I knew, being a teacher, I guess, I knew how important physical activity and motor development was to his overall development, cognitively and physically and socially. And we were always looking for things to keep him going. And we did the usual youth sports, you know, t-ball and soccer and so forth, and he had fun, but it wasn't the best fit for him. So a few years ago when I heard about the Young Athletes program, it just hit me, that's it. That's what we need to do. That's what we have to do here. We don't have anything like that. When I was watching Chris and Jackson swim, I just kept thinking how exciting it's going to be when Jackson can get in the water and swim and compete with us. And it'll be a few years, but you know, I feel like we're on the right track to getting him ready.
What would I do without it? Well, Jackson would not be doing what he's doing now. He's in a swimming pool swimming by himself. He wouldn't have that. There's many things that he's doing now with the young athletes that he didn't do before.
It's the greatest feeling because I just remember how lost you feel when you have a child with special needs and you can't find what they need. And now I have an opportunity to do that for families and for kids. Yeah, that's kind of the ultimate high.
A mom of a typical kid who's developing and succeeding and doing well.
Special Olympics has given him so much. He was very shy, pretty quiet, not as confident. When he got involved in Special Olympics, it was his thing. And he could see what he could do.
What won't he do? I have dreams about him wearing a gold medal already.
Young Athletes has changed my life, yes. I don't know how to describe how it's changed. You know, I can't put it into a simple term how it's changed it. It's great to be able to see your kids do things. It's just great.
Eventually that could be Liam. And that there's an entire community that embraces them and supports them and puts on an event like that. And just how proud those athletes are of what they do and what they accomplish. Just lets me know that it's going to be good.